Today we practice taking a linear equation that's not given in slope-intercept form and putting it in slope-intercept form by using the same properties that we learned earlier this year for solving algebraic equations, basically isolating the variable y on one side of the equation using mathematical properties, and then once it's in slope-intercept form, then using what we learned about identifying the slope and the y-intercept to graph the line. So let's do that with number 8. First of all, you see this big empty space on my screen? You don't have that on your paper, so you should be rewriting the equation on a different piece of paper, some scratch paper. The back's okay, I guess, but you should definitely not be trying to squeeze this into the areas around the graph. And some of you are notorious for not showing your work. I don't know why I'm choosing this moment that should be more of a private conversation, never mind. But those of you that don't show your work know that it's not successful for you, so I don't know why you would keep doing that, basically. Okay, 2x minus 2y plus 5 is equal to 0. I want to isolate y, so I want to get rid of this term. I want to move it off of this side of the equation. Move this term off of this side of the equation. You know, actually with this equation, what might be easiest is just to move the 2y. I think that would be easiest. So if I add 2y to this side of the equation and add 2y to the other side of the equation, then this term becomes 0, and I'm left with 2x plus 5 is equal to 0 plus 2y, which is just 2y. I'm going to reverse is not the right word, but this is just, the equal sign doesn't mean a question and an answer, it just means their equivalence. So this expression is equivalent to this expression. 2x plus 5 is equal to 2y. So I'm just going to write it this way. 2y then must be equal to 2x plus 5. Now I don't want 2y, I want y. I want 1y. So I can undo the multiplying by 2 with the inverse operation, which is dividing by 2. The tricky part, and the part that's going to be most uncomfortable for you, because we didn't need to do it when we were solving algebraic equations earlier this year, is if I divide the left side of the equation by 2, I must divide the entire right side of the equation by 2, not just the variable term. So 2y divided by 2 is 1y. And then let's take this term by term. 2x divided by 2 is just x, because the 2's would cancel. But I'm not left with, I don't have x plus 5, I have x plus 5 over 2, or x plus 5 halves. If you like it better in this term better as a mixed number, you can write plus 2 and 1/2. It's correct in either form, or 2.5 if you like standard form, decimal form. But in any case, that's the linear equation, y equals x plus 2 and 1/2. I want you to take it during the pause and try to graph it. We know that the general form, we've got it in slope-intercept form. Now that the y is isolated on one side of the equation, we have it in this form, y equals mx plus b. And if you compare this general form of the slope-intercept form to this actual equation, you should be able to identify b, the y-intercept, plot that point, and you should also be able to identify m, the slope, which is change in y over change in x. And then from the y-intercept, you should be able to apply that slope to get at least one more point, and then graph your line. So try doing that during the pause and come back and see how you did.
Paused.
If I write this general form of the slope-intercept form right above here, I see that b is 2.5. So my line intersects the y-axis at 2.5, positive 2.5. So there's a point on the line right there. And then I don't see m, I just see x. Well, if I don't see anything being multiplied by x, what's being multiplied by x? 1. If you just see x, how many x's do you have? You have 1x. So m equals 1 in this case. The slope is 1. The change in y over the change in x is 1, which is just 1 over 1. So the change in y is positive 1, so you go up 1 in y. The change in x is positive 1, you go to the right 1 in x. You get another point, up 1 to the right 1. I guess what makes this one a little bit harder is we're not our points are not on whole numbers for the vertical y values. They are for the x values. But in any case, you see the pattern: up 1, right 1. You could even do down 1, left 1, because -1 divided by -1 is still 1. So down 1, left 1. But this is your line, and if you extend it all the way, you see that it would intersect the letter E. And so underneath every number 8, you should put the letter E. There's one, there's another one here, and there's another one here. Okay, and then there is a golden ticket problem on this homework help video. Here it is.